Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, then hi, my name is Lauren. And on my channel, we mostly talk about anything luxury, but we also discuss lifestyle and beauty. So if you're interested in any of these topics, please consider subscribing to my channel and we'll get started with the video. So in today's video, I'm going to be presenting you my entire handbag collection for 2024. This is going to be quite a long video, so please grab yourself a cup of coffee, hot cocoa, or tea. And without further ado, let's get started with the video. So really quickly before we start this video, and perhaps while you're getting your drink, I remind you that if you have not checked out Magic Mind yet, please do so now. They're an amazing brand, and these are little bottles of productivity shots, very easy to put into any type of handbag. That has really been my experience. I love putting them in my handbags, drinking them on the go. They've made me feel a lot more on task, a lot more productive, a lot better about myself. I'm like working 2 jobs, I'm always on the go, so these have been amazing for me. All of the relevant information will be in the description box of the video down below for you, along with a coupon code if you're interested. So I was kind of debating on how to organize this video. I wanted to do it chronologically, but then to be honest, I didn't really trust myself with knowing like which bag I got last or which bag I got first. I think that I was going to mess up the order. So I decided to start doing it by brand, and the first brand is going to be Chanel. And from this brand, this bag is going to be the Chanel Small Classic Flap Bag. It's in black, it features caviar leather and gold hardware. It is one of my go-to bags for any occasions that I might have. If I have either a wedding or even a funeral, or if I have a date, or if I have like an outing, or if I'm going to the mall with my friends to like a nice mall, this is going to be my bag of reference. I feel like it is so easy to wear. This bag works really well for any occasion that you may have, for any season. I mean, of course, it's a black bag, but you can still wear it in the summertime, which I do. I feel like it goes well with any outfits. It goes well with any color combination that you may have. Any pair of shoes will work with this handbag, so it's really, really easy to wear. What I like about it also is the combination of the black and gold hardware. I feel like it looks extremely classy. This bag really elevates any outfit that you may have. My one regret is that this is a small bag. It's in size small, and I feel like for my body frame, it looks good, but it could have looked better if it was a size medium. I'm 5'11" or 180 centimeters, so I'm on the taller side. So for me, I think that the size that works best is going to be the Chanel Medium Classic Flap. So next we have a Chanel Medium Classic Flap in this gorgeous burgundy color. It also features caviar leather, and then this time it's silver hardware. I am in love with this bag. So kind of like I mentioned before, I found out that the size that works best for me is going to be size medium, and this is a medium. I feel like it's a really good in-between with like, it fits a lot of essentials plus some small little items that I may want to take in addition to that. And also the bag is not like super duper bulky. I think size jumbo would be too big even for my body frame. So I like that. The color is like insane. I'm in love with the color. I feel like it really makes the bag. I mean, you know, the model is very classic, but this color is amazing for fall and winter. I feel like it looks absolutely gorgeous with, you know, like a Burberry tan coat, or even on like a black coat. It looks really nice. It really elevates any outfit. Goes well with a lot of different colors, very fall-like. I love burgundy, and I know that this might not be anybody's cup of tea, so this is not necessarily going to be a bag that I take out on dates, because I've heard from several guys that, you know, they don't like burgundy. that's their choice, it's their decision. So I still take this bag out quite a bit with like outings with my friends, or you know, any occasion that I might have, especially going to the mall. I love this bag. It is a bag that gets me a lot of compliments from other girls, so I would highly recommend getting your hands on a burgundy Chanel flat bag if you can. You are going to get a lot of use out of this, and in addition to this, it is a bag that features a color versus, you know, just being plain black, but then also doesn't have the color transfer. So that's something that I really appreciate. I never really have to think about, you know, what I'm wearing with the bag. It is okay to wear dark denim or dark fabrics. I've even worn like black jeans with this, and it's never been an issue. So for my next bag, we still have a Chanel medium classic flap. This time it's in this color called dark pink. Still features caviar leather. This is a recurring theme in my bag collection, in my Chanel bag collection. And it has champagne gold hardware. So now, unlike all of the other bags that I have mentioned, this is, to be very frank with you, a bag that I have actually never used. I did feature this bag in one of my videos titled Luxury Items That I've Never Used Yet. So if you are interested in seeing all of the other poor items that have been left out on my shelves, then I will go ahead and leave the link to the video and the little information link over here for you to see it. So I cannot bring myself to wear this bag, and I hope that you can help me out. I really don't understand this because I love the bag. Obviously, I love the model, I love the size, this works really nicely for me. And I do love the color, and I think I love the color for me, but I'm not sure others will love the color, if that makes sense. So this isn't a bag that I would take out on dates because I'm concerned that I might be perceived as like a Barbie, or like, you know, a little maybe childish or something like that. I tend to date like older guys too, so I don't want them to think that I'm, you know, like a child, yeah, basically. So I don't take it out on dates. I still don't really take it out like for outings with my friends. I'm also a little bit concerned that they might think, you know, I'm like a princess, or, you know, I'm concerned that it gives out the wrong vibe. But I love the look of it, and I still feel like it's easy to pair, especially in the summertime, with, you know, a lot of different colors, especially if you have like lighter color dresses, like a white dress, for example. That would be a perfect look. I also have a couple of pairs of shoes that would be perfect with this, of like light pink shoes, or even like white orange sandals would look nice. So I have the material to wear this, but I'm still concerned of other people's perceptions. So please do let me know in the comments down below what you think, and how I could get out of this zone of not wearing this bag, because I would love to wear it, definitely not ready to let it go. Next up, we still have another Chanel medium classic flap. I know, I mentioned it was the perfect size for me, so I have a couple of those. This one is in this amazing color. It's called Tiffany Blue. Also features caviar leather and then silver hardware. And this bag I would call honestly my unicorn. I love this bag to death, but I don't wear it enough. And it's not because I'm afraid to take it out or anything like the previous one. It's just I'm very concerned with color transfer on this bag. I feel like, you know, the previous bags were like okay with color transfer. Even the darker pink, since it's like a darker pink, would have been fine. This is a very light color, so I'm very concerned of getting color transfer on it. I'm very careful with what I wear it with, but then the thing is, I do not have a whole lot of light colors in my wardrobe. So I don't have, you know, a lot of white dresses, for example. I don't have a lot of like light pink dresses, or like maybe a yellow dress. I don't have any of that. I only have, I think, one white dress, and so I kind of tend to, you know, only wear this bag with like the same outfit because it's the only thing that works with it. So what I need to work on is getting more outfits that are, you know, Tiffany Blue approved, let's call it that. But other than that, this bag has given me amazing comments. The color is absolutely insane. It changes color depending on the lighting. So depending on, you know, whether you're inside or outside, whether or not the light reflects on the bag or not, it's going to be, you know, either Tiffany blue, or sometimes it can be like a little bit leaning towards green, or a little bit more towards darker blue. So it really is an amazing color. It feels like having, you know, several bags into one because the bag changes colors. So this is something that I would also recommend, especially if you do live in like a warmer climate. Unfortunately, I live in the Northeast United States, so I don't get quite enough use out of this bag because, you know, I only wear it for spring and summer, which here tends to start, I don't know, May 15th and ends like maybe September 15th max. So for that reason, I haven't worn this bag a whole lot, but I think that if you do live in a warmer climate, this is an ideal bag to have. So next up we have a Chanel Mini Classic Flap. Mine is in this limited edition CC logos. It's in denim and it features silver hardware. I cannot rave about this bag enough. So I was very skeptical about getting it in the first place. And to be honest, my mom was the one who influenced me to get it. I think I was skeptical about the size first. So, you know, like I mentioned before, I'm very, very tall. So for me, mini bags tend to not look as good as they do on like mini girls. So for me, if I have a mini bag, I feel like I'm wearing, you know, either my little sister's bag or like my daughter's bag or like something that looks a little off, and that then in turn kind of accentuates my height. So it's kind of been hard navigating handbags with my size because what looks good on others doesn't necessarily look good on me. That's something that I've learned the hard way. So I was skeptical about, you know, the size, and then I was also skeptical about the denim in general. When I buy any type of handbags, one of the factors that matters most to me is the wear and tear, like how well it's going to age. And I feel like, you know, that's why I always get like caviar leather when I can. This obviously isn't caviar leather, it's not even leather, it's denim. Denim is not known to age very well, especially, you know, around the corners. It tends to kind of get, I don't know, not even color transfer, but, you know, it tends to fade. The color fades a little bit around the corners. So that's why in my mind I was like, no, I really don't want to get this bag. This is a bad idea. And my mom insisted that I, number one, try it out, and then second, that I get it. Even when I tried it out, I was like, you know, it looks nice, but I'm not sure I'll even like use this, or I'm not sure it's a good idea. And so I bought it. I listened to her and I bought it, and it was the best idea ever because I've gotten so much use out of this bag. It really is something very versatile that you can easily transform from day to night. This is a great casual bag if you're, you know, I don't know, going shopping with your friends or anything like that, or if you're visiting a new city, because it's a crossbody bag. Really, really convenient, looks great on any casual day out with even like a pair of jeans, perfect. But it also looks great when you go out at night. So this is my going out type of purse. If, you know, I know that I'm going to a bar with my friends or something like that, I love to bring this bag because it's a crossbody bag, so I'm not going to be scared of leaving it behind. I am the worst when it comes to forgetting items or leaving things behind, especially when I've had a couple of drinks. So I know that like a crossbody bag is something important because I simply never remove it. So if you can buy a Chanel Mini Rectangular, I would highly recommend that you do so. They are extremely practical. The price range is still more or less reasonable. So that's what I really like about it. By the way, if you are interested, I've done a video recently comparing a Chanel Mini Rectangular, so this one, to a Chanel Mini Square. So if you are interested in seeing kind of the differences between those two bags, then I will go ahead and leave the link to the video in the little information link over here for you to see it. So next up we have a Chanel 19 in size medium in this gorgeous beige color. And this is a bag that I really wear extremely infrequently. I do semi-regret this purchase. Here is why. So let's maybe talk about what I love about this bag first. I love the color. I mean, the color is out of this world. It really is gorgeous. It's kind of like a warmer shade of beige, so really perfect for year-round. Because it's a warmer shade of beige, this is perfect for like fall and winter. But then because beige is a lighter color, this is perfect for like spring and summer. So I love the color. I don't regret it at all. I love the size of the bag. It's a bigger type of bag, which I think is perfect for like having a casual bag, because I tend to be the person that packs my house with me everywhere I go. So I like having a larger size bag for like an everyday, you know, maybe not everyday, but like a casual bag. So I like that. But what is, I think, the reason why I don't wear this bag is because obviously this is not caviar leather, it's calfskin. It's extremely fragile, and it's very prone to any kind of #1 stains and then #2 scratches. So I don't have super long nails, but I still feel like any time that I touch this bag, I might, you know, like scratch it or anything. And I feel like the hardware, because it's quite thick as well, anytime that it rests on the bag might damage it. So I'm very reluctant to taking this bag out. I don't think this was a very good purchase. I'm not sure how to approach wearing this bag, and me being okay with the bag getting scratched or stained. I think initially the idea that I had when I got this bag was having kind of a, excuse the language, beater bag, but I don't think that I can do it. I don't think that I can have a beater bag that's a Chanel bag that's like, you know, I think I bought this when it was like $6,000, so it's still quite a bit of money. I'm okay with having a beater bag that's like $2,000. That's perfect. That's my perfect price range, and I, you know, like toss it around anywhere. I don't really think about it. That's great. But I don't think I'm ready yet for having a beater bag that's $6,000. So I still baby it quite a bit, which obviously doesn't work that well for having like a casual bag. So this is why whenever I have any sort of like outings, occasions, whatever, this is never my choice of handbag. Like I come in here in my bag room, I look at my options, and I never pick this one. So if you have any advice on how I could potentially be okay with having a beater bag, or I could potentially be okay with wearing this bag more, please do let me know in the comments down below. I would really appreciate your help. I love the look of it, and I'm really not ready to let it go, especially because, you know, I feel like this is going to be something that I'm going to regret later, and I think that, you know, I can potentially someday have enough money where it is okay to have that bag as a beater bag, but I would like to find a way to make it work for me now. Next up, we have a Chanel Walk. It's in black, features lambskin leather, and then gold hardware. So this is what gives me hope. Let me explain. So this bag used to be a bag that I would never take out. Like never. It's been sitting on my shelf for, I think this is one of the first bag, if not, actually, let me think. Yes, the first Chanel bag that I ever got. And while I did wear it, like let's say a couple of times when I first got it, afterwards for like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years, I never wore it again. And it was sitting on my shelves for all this time. And I was still not ready to let it go, because in my mind, even though I was like, I didn't have hopes of wearing it again, I always thought that the price was, you know, kept increasing with all of the Chanel price increases, and so would, you know, the resale price. So I was always hoping that I would be able to sell it for more and more and more and more, and this is why I held on to it. And then, like this, on like a random day, I had a date and I was looking for a handbag, and I came in here in my bag room, and my dress was a dress that had quite a few things going on the dress. It had, you know, like a lot of motifs, and that usually is something that I don't like, but I love the dress. So I was looking for something really kind of understated that was very discreet, very, you know, not showy, not like any big logos or anything. And so I looked at my bags and I was like, oh, holy moly, like I don't really have anything like that, because you know, all of the flat bags that I have, even like the small flat bag in black has a logo, and it's, you know, it's like this big. So I was like, oh. So I looked at this bag and I was like, oh, you know what, let's do it. And I wore the bag and I felt really good about it. I felt confident in the look that I had. I felt like it was the right size for me for a date, because you know, for a date, like I don't really need a whole lot. I leave like my perfume and my hairbrush, all that in my car. So this does only fit the essentials, but then at the same time, I don't really need anything more. And ever since I did wear it that one time, I've been wearing it a little bit more. So I was really happy because, you know, I felt a little sad not using my first ever Chanel bag. And now that I like took that step, I feel like it looks good with different outfits. Still a little bit concerned about the type of leather and the scratching. But I think because it is a smaller bag and moreover like a crossbody bag, it's not a bag that I necessarily touch a whole lot. In that sense, I think I touch, you know, the chain or the strap a lot more than the bag itself. So for that reason, I'm still okay with the type of leather that it is. And lastly, this is my last Chanel bag in my collection. So this is bag number 8. I have 8 Chanel bags so far, and I love them to death. But so this is the Chanel Deauville. It's in size medium, and it features this beautiful charcoal gray color. This honestly was a mistake. I didn't really think of my purchase when I bought this bag, or rather, like I did think about it, and I didn't measure exactly how impractical this bag was. So the bag is very large, which for me is okay in the sense that I'm quite tall. So, you know, having like a mini bag, like I mentioned, doesn't work a whole lot. In addition to that, I'm the type of person that likes to take their entire house with them. So for that reason, I, in general, lean a little bit more towards larger bags than most. But this is very large. It's very bulky. And what comes with that, in addition to, you know, the bulkiness and the look of it, is the weight. This bag is very heavy to start with, especially because since it's a larger size handbag and it's a tote bag, it's a bag that, for me at least, really requires a bag organizer. So on top of having an already heavy bag, you're adding a bag organizer inside to be able to find anything, because otherwise you are never going to find anything. I used to not have one for maybe like a month, and like I could never find anything. I could never find my keys. I would like, you know, be in front of my car looking for my car keys for like 10 minutes. It was stupid. So I got the bag organizer, and now this bag is like so heavy. As I'm talking to you, it's like giving me an arm workout. Like I'm touching, like poking my muscle right here, and I can feel it working. So it's really impractical. I think this would be maybe a great bag for a mom bag. If you could put it on the stroller, I think that would be really nice, but I'm not quite yet at that stage of my life. I'm still looking for the guy, so, which is not going well. So this might take a while, but at the same time, I don't really want to let go of the bag, because I'm like, what if, you know, I don't know, in like 5 or 7 years, then I'm at this stage of my life and I need a diaper bag, like a mom bag, and I don't have anything. So then I have to buy it from scratch at a very different price than what I bought this one for. So this is why I still hold on to it. But I wouldn't necessarily recommend that you buy that. I think that this is, you know, unless you're looking for like a mom bag, very impractical, not a good work bag because it's too casual. I wouldn't say it's a great travel bag because it's so large and so bulky, so some airlines might not be okay with that. As a beach bag, maybe, but then, you know, you need to really have like a beach club kind of thing where you can put it down somewhere nice, not just like, you know, at a general beach. Since I have a house that has a pool, like I don't really book this kind of like, you know, beachy, pooly kind of vacation because I have a pool here, so I don't really use it a whole lot, and in general, I wouldn't recommend it unless you're looking for a mom bag, I think that that might be a good choice. Alright, so next up, our brand is going to be Dior, and for that we have the Dior Bobby bag. I have mine in size medium in this beautiful color called Latte, and it features gold hardware. I absolutely love this bag, and this has been a really good purchase. To be honest, as you'll see, I don't have a whole lot of Dior bags in general. It's not one of the brands that I like lean towards to. I only have a couple of items from them, but I really love this handbag. I feel like it's really special because it's a great casual bag. So it is a crossbody bag, comes with a strap. Strap is adjustable, which for me is very important. As you know, I'm really tall, so what works for most doesn't work for me. And when I look at crossbody bags, if the strap is not adjustable, I already more or less know that it's not going to work for me, because it's a bag that's going to be like under my boob, or like maybe at best on my like, you know, very upper hip. But it's not going to look flattering, it's not going to look good. So this, however, is a crossbody bag that is adjustable, so we love that. The color is beautiful. I'm still very concerned with color transfer. So far so good, I've avoided any kind of problems, but I'm still concerned. I still have this feeling of like, I can't wear this bag as much as I would want, because I don't have a whole lot of clothes that are not dark denim or dark fabrics. Even in the summertime, I'm the type of girl that would wear black any day if she could. So it is difficult to find things to wear this bag with, but other than that, I feel like it's really practical. The size is perfect. I feel like it still, you know, fits a whole lot without being bulky. And it's a very light type of handbag. That's what I really appreciated about it, because if you have a crossbody bag, obviously it's going to be resting on your shoulder. If it's a casual bag for kind of an everyday bag, you don't want to have something super heavy on your shoulder all day long. So this bag for that, in that way, really is perfect. It's the right amount of casual, and also the color combination of latte and then the gold hardware looks really good. It kind of sends me these like almost old money vibes, so I've been obsessed with this aesthetic lately. It's really something that I love, so I love, you know, watching any type of I don't know, Instagram videos or like even YouTube videos on the subject. I love the aesthetic, like this kind of like Loro Piana, AP style, and I think this bag really fits nicely within this aesthetic. So next, and already last from Dior, we have this Dior book tote bag. It's in size medium, features this gray embroidery. And this is a bag that I will once again be honestly telling you that I regret purchasing. So while it's not the biggest deal because the bag in itself was not super expensive, I have not gotten a whole lot of use out of this bag. And I think, so several things that I appreciate. I appreciate the size. I think it's large in the sense that it is roomy, but not too bulky. I think the sides here are not too wide, so it makes it not too bulky. It's very light, so kind of, you know, opposite to the Chanel bag that we already talked about, the Chanel Deauville. This is very different, very light to start with, and right now it even has a bag organizer inside, and it's really not a problem, not heavy at all. So I love that about the bag. I love the look of it. I love, you know, the logos, like the motifs look really good. I'm usually the type of person that will choose a plain bag over a bag that has motifs, but really here I love kind of the pattern. I feel like it looks great. It's very different. But what I really struggle with is the color, or like not necessarily the color, actually that's not the right word, the discoloration that this bag has. So you can already see it on the handles. Obviously this is going to be, you know, a shoulder bag, or like what I call an elbow bag. So you have to take this bag by the handles. Nobody's like, you know, carrying their bag by the bottom. So that's the problem of, you know, this is mostly going to be a summer bag. In the summer, you're a little sweaty, you know, you have your palms moist, and you're touching your bag, and so, you know, you're obviously touching it always at the same place. And the problem with that is really, you know, the handles get dirty, and there's already quite a bit of discoloration on the handles. But in addition to that, there's also, you know, some discoloration on the bag. And, you know, while I've been told that this is normal and to be expected with this type of bag, I still feel like I'm a little bit disappointed with that. So some people have recommended putting a twilly on the bag handles to avoid the discoloration problem. But then I'm kind of weird with that. I think that there's already so much going on here in terms of like pattern and motifs that adding the twilly would make it too much, especially for me. Or I need to find like a plain twilly. So right now I have like an Hermes type of twilly, you know, that has like a lot of patterns and a lot of things going on the twilly. And I really can't, you know, do it. Like I've tried and I'm like, this doesn't look good. So I don't know. I'm still very undecided. I also feel like it's no longer trendy. It was trendy when I first bought it, and now it's like an old bag, or like a, you know, like last year or 2 years ago kind of handbag. So I know that it's not important, and I know that what's important is that I like it, but it's really still something that I struggle with. So if you have any recommendations on how I could possibly, you know, make this bag work for me, or tell myself that I need to use it more, please do let me know in the comments down below, because I would love to hear your thoughts. So our next brand is going to be a brand that I only have one bag of, and it's going to be Goyard. This is the Goyard Saint Louis bag in size PM, and I have mine in black. I have purchased this bag quite recently, and I've been obsessed with this bag, like obsessed. I wear it so much. I really wasn't expecting that. You know, I was expecting to like the bag and definitely to take it out. But this has been really, really awesome having the bag. I would highly, highly recommend that you get it if you do not have one yet. First of all, the price is really reasonable. I think I paid around $1,700 with the tax included. So really even, I would say, cheap for a designer bag. It is quite carefree. The material is really easy to clean, so that's really perfect. Very, very scratch resistant, so, you know, if you have claws, which I don't have, but if you do, not going to be a problem. This bag has the perfect size for me. I wanted to get the size PM because GM was going to be too large, even for me, really. So PM is really the good size. It fits a lot. It fits like a laptop if you want to use it as a work bag. Fits, you know, all of your essentials, plus a water bottle, plus a sunscreen, plus sunglasses, plus, you know, plus. It really fits a lot. Notebooks, if you want to use this as a university bag, really, really nice. Casual, but then still dressy. And because of the lack of availability of this bag, because you have to get it in a boutique, and they don't have very many boutiques available, especially here in the US. You know, I had to drive all the way up to New York to get this handbag, because here in DC they don't have any Goyard store. I feel like it still has this kind of like vibe of like luxury, and I know that this is not the case everywhere. I know this is a bag that's very, very common to see in Paris. I know that like almost everyone has one in Paris, but I still feel like here it sends this vibe of almost old money. So I love this bag. I think that this has been the best purchase so far. I wouldn't say it's my favorite bag out of my entire bag collection because, you know, let's be quite honest, I still favor Chanel over Goyard, but really for a casual bag, this is my favorite casual bag ever. It's very light to start with, so unlike the Chanel Deauville, which doesn't work for me, as we already know, This bag really is super light. I would recommend, however, using a bag organizer, first to be able to find some things in it, but also for the structure. So I was concerned of getting this bag at first because this is obviously a very unstructured type of handbag. It is a handbag that came folded even, so quite practical if you're going on a trip and don't want to use it on the airplane. You can even fold it into your suitcase, so that's nice. But I don't really like unstructured bags, so I was very concerned of getting this bag. But as you can see with the bag organizer inside, I mean, this is quite a structured bag now, so I really love the look of it. If you can get your hands on one, I would recommend it 110%. So next up we'll have Yves Saint Laurent, and here for the brand, this is going to be the Yves Saint Laurent Sac de Jour in size Nano in this absolutely gorgeous blush pink color. I love this bag. I really still love this bag, the same as when I first got it, and this was, I think, my second or third designer bag ever. I'm not quite sure I remember it correctly, but yeah, I would say like along those lines, really one of my first ever designer bags. And I mean, it still looks brand new, even though I have worn the heck out of this bag. It is insanely practical. So it is a bag that comes with a crossbody strap, which is adjustable. So once again, very convenient for people who are, odd sized like me. So I love that. The bag is very light, so it's very nice and easy to carry it. And it doesn't look bulky at all. It looks quite thin right here on the sides, not too wide. But then at the same time, this is a bag that fits a lot. I was really surprised. And I didn't think that I would be able to fit all of the things that I can in here. I thought it was going to be a problem because, like I've mentioned before, I'm the type of person that always needs additional items when, they go somewhere, especially like a sunscreen, for example. I'm a big believer in reapplying sunscreen like every 2.5 to 3 hours. So this bag, even though it's like odd shaped, I thought that like because of how narrow it is towards the top, I wouldn't be able to fit anything, but really it's not the case. So that's really nice. It's not heavy to start with, very easy to wear, very easy to carry, with you. And the thing that I like about it is, even though it's a very light color bag, obviously, perfect for spring and summer, there has been zero signs of color transfer. So if you look at the back of the bag, this is the back of the bag, it has rested against dark denim, dark fabric, black jeans, like black sweaters, black, dresses, like all that stuff, and still looks the same color as the front. So it really is nice not to have to worry about color transfer while still having a light colored bag. This is not something that you can expect from Chanel, which is sad, but thankfully from Yves Saint Laurent, this is a great bag. If you're looking for, like a first designer bag, or if you don't want to spend too much money on a handbag and you want to be able to wear it out quite a bit, really, I would highly recommend this. I still feel like the quality is there. We've heard a lot of things about, Chanel's quality going like downhill, same with Dior, etc. Although their prices have risen, still I feel like Yves Saint Laurent has more or less maintained their prices and the quality really is there. So if you're looking for, a casual day out kind of bag and you want something that's crossbody, then this is a terrific option. I still love this bag and I wear the heck out of it in the summertime. Next up, still in the Yves Saint Laurent category, we have this Yves Saint Laurent Kate bag. It's in size medium and it's in black and then features this gorgeous gold hardware. So this is also one of my first designer bags. I think that I bought it more or less at the same time as the Yves Saint Laurent Sac de Jour. So I think that when I first started my designer bag collection, I really loved Yves Saint Laurent and I had a lot of bags from them. Now I sold a couple of them, but I'm still left with these ones. And I, love the color combination of black and gold hardware. I think that this is a perfect combination, very classy, very elegant. But then what I don't really like anymore about this bag is the big logo. I mean, this logo is like this large. This is very, very big. So I feel like almost uncomfortable wearing this bag out because I feel like this looks very new money in a weird way. So, like I've said, I'm obsessed with the old money aesthetic. This really is not old money. It's not quite luxury. It's very loud luxury. And while it was fine 7 years ago, I think that this now no longer really is. So this isn't really a handbag that I take out all that often. I still, hold on to it. I don't really know why, actually. I hold on to it, but yeah, I have it. It was practical. What I loved was the color combination. The durability of the leather really was great. So you can, easily like scratches and no scratches will appear. So very convenient. I like that. But it's also, a bag that has a chain for me. It's not long enough to make it into a crossbody bag. I've seen it as a crossbody bag for some people who are, 5'2", 5'3". For me, that doesn't work. So it's mostly going to be, a shoulder bag. This bag has been replaced, to be quite frank, with all of the Chanel bags that I've acquired afterwards. So I could probably sell this bag without being too sad, I think. Let me know in the comments down below, like, what you think in terms of selling. When do you feel comfortable selling a handbag? That's the question. Let me know, because I think that I'm at that stage more or less with my Yves Saint Laurent Kate bag, but I also don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to, let go of it and then want it back. I've seen some people do that, like, they let go of a handbag and then they buy it again. So obviously you're losing money if you do that. So I would prefer not to, but I don't really see myself wearing this handbag anymore. And in general, like, I also don't believe that the price is going to increase all that much, unlike Chanel. So, like I mentioned with the Chanel Walk, I wanted to hold on to it because I knew the price kept on increasing and my resale price therefore would increase as well. But here, I really don't think that it's the case. So I'm more or less at the point where I'm ready to let go of it. But yeah, do let me know in the comments down below what you think and when you know that you are ready to let go of a handbag. So our next brand is going to be Louis Vuitton, and for that, the first one that I want to show you is a Louis Vuitton Nice vanity, and it features the regular monogram. So this is, maybe not really a handbag, but could be used if you'd like as a handbag. So I was gonna say use it for something, and then I'm like, that's actually not true. I don't use it. That's the right way to put it. So this is also, quite frankly, an item that I regret buying. I would absolutely not recommend that you get this one. If anything, I would have gotten it in size BB, so the one size less, which is smaller and just more, is easier to incorporate into #1 looks and then into your lifestyle. I think this is difficult because it's very large, it's very bulky, it's very heavy. So my initial thought was to get this bag, to get this and then use it, for like cosmetics, so toiletries and then makeup at the same time. And that does fit those things for me because I don't really use a whole lot of makeup. I use a lot more beauty products than I use makeup. So that works, but it's so heavy. So right now it's giving me an arm workout. Again, I'm feeling like my muscle right here and it's super heavy. While it fits everything, I feel like because of how large this bag is, it's very difficult to take it with you. So if you are flying, for example, absolutely impossible to take this with you. This would then only be like a weekend away type of handbag. But if I'm driving back to Canada or something to visit, I'm definitely not gonna take this because it's just too much. It's just too extra. I don't go on a whole lot of romantic weekend aways because I am still looking for the guy to take me on those weekends. So I don't really have all those occasions. I think I've had one, and I honestly didn't take this because like I looked at it and I came in here and looked at it and I was like, this is gonna be way too much. It's gonna be way too large. The guy's gonna think that I have like a billion beauty products. And you know, for like 2-3 days, I have a lot of like small beauty products. Like I have like a small, you know, like cleaner, like small like cleanser, for example, for my face. Like I have a lot of these mini formats, which is quite convenient. So I actually don't need this. So this is just sitting here on my shelves. It does look nice, I will tell you that. It does look good, but I mean, you know, this was still, I don't really remember exactly how much I've paid, but you know, I believe somewhere around like probably, I don't know, like 15 to 2,000, like 1,500 to 2,000, somewhere along those lines. And for just looking nice, it's a lot of money. So I would recommend getting either size BB, so one size down, or not getting it at all if you're not looking for a vanity. But yeah, if you do have, again, you know, any recommendations on how I might be able to wear this and use it instead of just this sitting on my shelf, then I would love to find out. So please do let me know in the comments down below. Next up, still from Louis Vuitton, we have the opposite in the sense that, you know, the first bag I never used. This is a well-worn bag. As you can see, this is the Louis Vuitton Speron backpack. It features damier azur, and it's in like the MM size. It comes also in size BB, but that was a little too small for me. So this is my beater bag. As you can see, I think this shows definitely. I got it pretty early on in my designer bag collection, and I've been using it and abused it a whole lot. So I've used this on like casual days out, and then, you know, when it was more or less done for me to wear this out in the street, I started wearing this as my hiking bag, as my, you know, not necessarily like hiking like in the sense of like wear hiking boots and you're like really deep down in the forest, no, but more like, you know, like on walks and on like small hikes and stuff like that. And this has been insanely practical, and so this is why it's now gotten to this point where it is really old. That being said, I was thinking of like taking this back to a bag spa or to have it repaired by Louis Vuitton, but at the same time, so I've been quoted a price. They've asked me $400 to repair this bag, and I'm like, is that even worth it? Am I going to use this bag back again in the street if I spend the $400? I'm not sure. The answer to that is yes. I think I'm gonna still keep on using it for hikes and stuff, and for that, like, I don't really need to spend that $400 because the bag doesn't need to be perfect. So, you know, it looks great like this. I would highly encourage you to get this bag if you could. Obviously, so it became unavailable a couple of years back in this size, but if you have, you know, any sort of this size backpack from Louis Vuitton, I would go ahead and get it because it's insanely practical, and I was really happy with my purchase. Next up and last for Yves Saint Laurent, we have the Yves Saint Laurent East-West tote. I have mine in black, and I have been using and abusing this bag for the past couple of years. So this, I was going to say used to be, but maybe more or less still is, so I'll explain in a minute, my everyday bag. And I've, you know, been using it for the past like 4 or 5 years now, and it's been really nice having it, but it is starting to show signs of wear and tear, especially right here along the handles. The handles are starting to be damaged. The leather is starting to almost like rip out of the handles. Same right here for the edges and corners of the bag. So this is no longer really, you know, the type of handbag that I would take places. This is still a bag that I take to work because, like, you know, it's very discreet, very understated. You can only see this little like Saint Laurent logo right here in like teeny tiny letters. So very, very discreet. I like that. Still take it to work. I don't really care a whole lot about what, you know, people at work think about me. In general, like the less designer brands I have and the less rich I look, the better off I am. So this is perfect for that. Still take it to work, still take it to, you know, the basic grocery store, like the basic kind of errands. That's about it. So for anything else now, I take my Goyard tote bag that I've showed you earlier, which works really well. I feel like it's a really good replacement of this bag. They are more or less the same, you know, in the sense that it is a tote bag, roughly speaking the same size. Again, roughly speaking the same characteristics. This is very, very easy to clean, very carefree. The shape and size is about the same. Also very lightweight type of handbag, very easy to carry. Obviously it's black, so it goes with everything. But it's just now, like, because of how damaged it is, I carry the Goyard tote bag more or less everywhere aside from work and super basic errands. I would recommend this bag because of the price. So I got it when it was still like $990. So very inexpensive, but I wouldn't expect this bag to last you like a lifetime. You know, the corners are damaged, like I've mentioned, and it does show. So if you're okay with having the bag for like 3-4 years or 4 or 5 years, depending on your use of it, then yes, then I think this is a terrific bag recommendation. Very understated, very discreet, so the perfect work bag in my opinion. So next up we have a bag from Burberry. This is the Burberry nylon backpack. I have mine in size medium and it's in black. So I love this bag and have been using it more or less to replace the Louis Vuitton Spéron that I showed you earlier. And you know, I think this is why, like, I'm not going to pay for the backpack for the Louis Vuitton bag, because I already have a replacement. I like this bag in the sense that it's very casual, very easy to wear because it's black, perfect for a transition from city to country, from city to hike. So I have been using it on like some, I wouldn't say fancy hikes because I don't know what that even means, but you know, hikes where you're likely to encounter people who might have designer things, you know, in these like really nearby hikes close to the city, close to DC. I've been using this bag. It's very convenient because it has a lot of pockets. It has, you know, 2 side pockets right here. It has this front pocket, and then it also has like pockets inside the handbag, so very easy. It is very comfortable to wear the bag. So if we look at the back of it, this is very soft. And then the handles are very comfortable. They're very large. And they're very comfortable on your shoulders, even if you have like, let's say, you know, like a bra, like a hiking bra, sports bra, or like a tank top. This isn't going to rip on your shoulders at all. So I love this bag for that reason. I would highly recommend it. I actually got it at the outlets, in Woodbury outlets by New York City a couple of years ago, and this was a really good purchase. I'm so glad that I got this bag. The quality has been amazing. I've been wearing it more for the city and for, you know, like traveling in general, than for the hikes, but really it's very versatile. Could also be potentially a good mom bag depending on how much stuff you want. What I like about it is that, you know, it has a lot of pockets, so for easy access to things, this is really, really a good option. Next up, and still from Burberry, we have the Burberry Banner bag. This is in size medium and it's in black. It features the check right here on the sides. So now we have entered the category of bags that are for sale. This bag is for sale because I have been using it and abusing it for a long, long time. This also used to be one of my first designer bags, and you know, the leather really looks scratched. I realize that this is not something that you're gonna see from camera, but believe me, it is heavily scratched. This is also not a bag that has a whole lot of structure, so as you can see, it tends to like droop or fall down quite easily to the side if you do not put anything inside. And the problem of this handbag is that you cannot place a bag organizer because it already has this like separator or these like compartments in the center of the handbag, so you cannot place a bag organizer inside, which makes it inconvenient for me because I cannot fix the lack of structure of the bag. I'm okay with getting a bag that is unstructured, like the Goyard Saigon bag, for example, if I know that I'll be able to fix the structure with adding a bag organizer. But right here, there's not that option, so less of a fan of that. And then it's just really, really old, honestly. I've been using it for a long time, for a lot of occasions. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. I was glad that I got it, and I definitely used it a lot, but I wouldn't recommend it, in part for the lack of possibility of having a bag organizer. That really bothers me. And then in general, I feel like it is quite a shapeless bag, and it just looks a little, I don't know. I don't know what the word could be. Like, let's say not, you know, like not super duper nice, if that makes sense. Like, it looks a little neglected, like neglected, like you neglect yourself or you neglect what you look like. Somewhere in that zone. I still have some English to learn, as you can see. But yeah, so I feel like you are not going to look your best with this bag. That's another way to put it. So I wouldn't get it. I wouldn't recommend it, but you know, I was happy for the time being. It is a bag that fits quite a bit, despite having these like, you know, center pockets. Also has a lot of pockets, has a lot of compartments inside the bag. So technically speaking, you don't really need to have a bag organizer. At least to find your stuff. You will be able to find your stuff, but the bag will be shapeless, so not the best idea. But yeah, so this bag is for sale right now. And lastly, my last designer bag, and my last bag therefore for this video, is also for sale. It's a Prada bag. I honestly forgot a model name, but I will put it right here during the editing process. So I, again, did not really know what I was doing when I got this handbag. This was a terrible idea. I've had a couple of terrible ideas early on in my designer journey, I think. By the way, I've done an entire video on the subject telling you all of the mistakes that I've made. So if you're interested in seeing that video, then I will go ahead and leave it in the little information link over here for you to see it. It would be practical to see, so you don't have to make the same mistakes that I made, because I already made them for you, so take it from me. But so I wasn't thinking when I got this handbag. I got this handbag at the outlets, which is basically the worst place to get a handbag without thinking about it beforehand. So the Burberry bag, the Burberry backpack that I just showed you, I was thinking about it beforehand. I had seen it, I was like, oh, this might be a good idea. I'm gonna try to have another backpack that is similar to the Louis Vuitton Spiron, but just looks newer and, you know, is a good price and all that. And then I saw it and it was perfect. But this, I was just like browsing. I wasn't thinking of getting any kind of handbag. And I saw it and I was like, oh, this is an amazing price. Worst mistake ever that you can make is buying a handbag for a price because it's cheap. That was a bad idea. So several things are wrong with the bag. First one, it's very bulky and very large. So it doesn't look the best. Second problem, it is very heavy. So right now I'm holding it right here. I am given an arm workout by this handbag at the moment as we are speaking. Not the best when you want to carry some stuff inside. And this is a bag that is currently empty, doesn't have a bag organizer, and doesn't have, you know, anything. It just has like some papers inside, that's it. So not practical. The color doesn't work for me. That's something that I should have realized well before, but I actually don't like blue. I know you're like, well, why did you buy it? It was for the price. That was a mistake. I don't like blue. I don't have anything blue in my wardrobe. I think that when I was little, my parents dressed me in blue because I was a tomboy. I had like short hair. I am done with that. I think that I got like so disgusted from that I'm like, no thank you. So blue is not my color. I don't have anything blue in my wardrobe, so it's very hard for me to pair this bag with anything because I have mostly black. Black and blue don't go very well together. So it's very hard for me to wear this without being inconvenienced. And then we have on top of all those problems the type of leather. This is a very smooth and supple type of leather. So what's nice is that it looks nice and luxurious. What's not nice is that very prone to scratches, very prone to any kind of stains. And then very unstructured. So definitely this bag would lack structure. As you can see right here when I'm holding it, my hand right here makes a curve by the handbag, so that right there tells you that this bag lacks structure. Would need a bag organizer at the very minimum. Perhaps that would help, I think, the lack of structure, but then it would make it even heavier, so really inconvenienced to hold. This, I think, because of the handles, I don't think this is going to be a shoulder bag. I think the handles are a little bit too narrow to wear as a shoulder bag. I think this is more so either a handbag, so grab by the hand, or an elbow bag, so carry it on your elbow. But not the best. I really wasn't thinking, so I would highly recommend that you don't make the same mistake as me, and that you do watch that video about the designer mistakes that I made. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I have counted my bags. We are at 19 handbags currently. I hope that I didn't forget any. I really don't think so. I was trying to pull them from different places in my house. I was like, oh, there's one right here in the living room. There's one right here in my bedroom. Then there are, like, a lot of them are in my bag room. And I was like, oh, there's one in my closet. So hopefully I have all of them. I do think so. But yeah, do let me know in the comments down below if you can think of, you know, which bag I should get next. So I'm not necessarily in an urgent market of getting a new handbag, simply because I've been, you know, buying a few different things that I felt like I needed more than a new bag. So I actually did get an AP watch, which I'll be revealing really soon, so stay tuned for that. That was quite expensive, as I'm sure you can guess. I got a house 2 years ago, and I'm currently saving up to redo my deck. So this is a very large expense because the house has a pool, so anything that is around an existing pool is very expensive. So I'm not necessarily in the immediate market for a new handbag, but, you know, at the same time, I'm always looking. So if you do have any recommendations on what you feel like I could get, I was thinking on the top of my head, I was thinking something red. I don't have a red bag yet. Something tweed. I don't have a tweed bag yet. And then maybe like a gray handbag because I don't have one either. So maybe a mix of those things would be a good idea. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.